Big, hairy, and the status of a celebrity. No, I'm not describing Chewbacca or an NFL football player. This description is better suited for the woolly mammoth. This majestic and legendary creature is one that embodies the image of the Ice Age, probably thanks to the movie of the same name, and has captured the imagination of the kid in every person. The relevance of the woolly mammoth in the 21st century is the possibility of bringing back the behemoth from extinction. However, a recent publication has shined a light on the final days of the animal. The event that could have played a part in the extinction of the last remaining species of woolly mammoth is mutational meltdown. What is mutational meltdown? Mutational meltdown, scientifically known as neural-neutral theories of genome evolution, is a buildup of harmful or inadequate mutations in small populations as compared to larger populations. This is what occurred to our mammoth in its isolated environment of Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean. The report on this discovery was published in March 2017. However, the idea that mutational meltdown can contribute to the extinction of a species is not new. The paper Mutation Accumulation and the Extinction of Small Populations deals with mutational meltdown and the effects it has on small populations, was published by 1995 by scientists in the field of population genetics. In it, geneticist Michael Mitchell and colleagues discuss about their computer simulations and how under the right circumstances, the accumulation of mutations will build up slowly, and given the small population, these mutations will spread rapidly.
In a study by Rebecca Rogers and Montgomery Slatkin, the scientists found that there were three main DNA mutations that were prevalent in the woolly mammoth populations: premature stop codons, deletions, and retrogenes. Stop codons are a set of three nucleotides that are part of RNA that tell the ribosome when to stop translation of a protein. When they are encountered by a ribosome, it is a signal to the cell that the protein is done being made and is complete. The effect of a premature stop codon is similar to that of a timer for something you are baking, going off way too early. The result is a misshapen and inedible dessert, or in this case, misshapen and useless protein. Deletions occur when certain parts of chromosomes are lost during DNA replication, resulting in important cellular information being lost. Retrogenes are sections of DNA that are coded in the reverse of their parent gene. As a result, they are usually not introns, or functional segments that can code proteins.
In their findings, Rogers and Slatkin noticed several important changes caused by the mutations we just explained. Besides noticing compromises in the cellular processes of the mammoths, they also saw that some woolly mammoths developed a satin fur coat, which was not as useful as their normal fur coat. Some had extreme gastric irritation, and some lost their sense of smell, all of which may have moved these animals as a whole towards extinction.
In their paper, Excess of Genomic Defects in a Woolly Mammoth on Wrangel Island, Rogers and Slatkin found higher numbers of these mutations in the population on Wrangel Island when compared to the much larger population on the mainland. They found more than 25,000 deletions on the island compared to around 17,000 in the large population. 3,000 retrogenes in the Wrangel genome compared to the 2,000 and about 750 premature stop codons compared to around 500. They also found that the number of different types of genes deleted was much higher in the Wrangel Island genome, upwards of 1,500 compared to less than 1,100. This is important because this means they lost much more functionality than the larger population.
The discovery of our furry friends' final days, who had their population size small and their evolutionary rate high, supports the nearly neutral theory of evolution. This theory predicts that rare alleles are going to appear more often and then spread quickly due to the small size of the population. The nearly neutral theory says that there is going to be a negative correlation between the evolutionary rate and the species population size, which is exactly what we see happening with the woolly mammoth population going extinct. This is a modification of the neutral theory of evolution, which does not state that there is a negative correlation. We see the nearly neutral theory being used to explain genomes across multiple species, but the mammoths provide a within-species comparison of how alleles change in a small population. Because the mammoths had a small population and the evidence showed a high evolutionary rate, this supports the nearly neutral theory of evolution.